Okay, so this is gonna be the third and final take, hopefully. I hope so. Third and final take. But essentially, the point of this video is to get my not point across, just my brain across, really. Because I don't know if this is even loud enough. Let me just double check. I think it's fine. Okay, the point of this video is to tell everyone how I'm feeling. I feel shit because of a certain situation with a girl, and it feels even shit because I've talked about it 3 times, and I just listened to it a second back, and it's just shitty audio because I'm not talking properly, or this gameplay audio is too loud. But the issue is, I met this girl and she's emotionally unavailable, and I figured that out through her actions, not her specifically telling me. Such as she's been attached to this one guy. She's introduced him to her parents, and it didn't go well. She know it didn't go well, and she picks up the phone call every time he rings when on non-caller ID, knowing it's him. And after she told me that she entertains the conversation with him, to me that's disrespectful. I haven't communicated that bit to her. I just told her I'm hurt about it. I don't know why. But now I know it's just a lack of respect for the person you're currently talking to, which is me. For me, when she picks up the phone to this guy, to me it screams I'm missing a characteristic that she's looking for in a guy. Or I think she's missing that drama because I know women do like drama in their lives slash relationships, and I'm not about that. I'm about a high communication, good communication skills, and respect. There's no respect in picking up a phone call who you know you're done with, because what are they achieving? If they're not achieving anything, what's the point? It's just disrespectful to me, you know? And this has made me feel shit. And I've tried to talk to someone about this, and they've given quite good, advice just to say, step back, let her figure out what she wants, and whenever she decides to come back to you, you can make your choice then whether if she wants to carry on picking up the phone calls to this random guy, that she's done with. The reason I don't really 100% trust her, which I would never tell, is because she says they're done and dusted, there's nothing to worry about. And yeah, I'm not worried about anything. The thing that just worries me is why are you picking up the phone call? It's achieving nothing. It's just, she knows it hurts me. It's just disrespectful, So I've just communicated that to her, and due to her low intelligence for emotional things, she get naturally just gets upset whenever I bring things that hurt me. I mentioned my love language over text is, you know, just sending a bunch of messages and Instagram reels or videos. And if she knows that, what's stopping her from viewing, liking, replying to him? Not straight up ignoring random things. It's just not right. I ask her, I ask her, what's the reason you don't reply? And she just says, my brain doesn't work that way. It, that's the biggest lie I've heard in the world. The more I talk about this, even though this is a third take, I know, but the more I talk about this, the more it just screams at me that I deserve someone who deserves, who wants to be with me. I feel like I'm forcing this. I feel like she doesn't want it as badly as I do. And I don't know, guys. It's just me being an idiot. But I have the self-respect. I don't have self-respect when I'm talking to her, which is the issue. I suppress my feelings as a man because I feel like I shouldn't have any. Everyone says you should, but talk to people like this, it feels like I shouldn't. There's no safe outlet for me to speak to anyone about anything. Like work's shit, home life is shit, is and I'm trying to escape this because I'm mentally stable. to a point, you know. I'm mentally stable now, but I just feel like I'm not heard out. I'm not heard, you know, and it affects me in a lot of ways. I overthink a million times over random little things. She says hi, she sends two eyes instead of four or five or six. I know there's something, you know, going on, and I don't feel like that should be my job to suss out what's wrong with her all the time. It's a communication thing, and I don't know. I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know if it'll get better. I really don't know if it'll get better, or I don't think it's worth waiting either, because I don't see a future with this girl. Because I don't. There's no respect in this relationship. I don't feel like, and I don't see respect equals boundaries for me. The boundary being is there should be no other guy you talk to, or you should not make an attempt. No, I mean you should not make an opening for someone to talk to you. Out of respect for the person you're currently talking to, you know, which is which is standard, I think, unless you're not normal, you know. So I think going out your way to pick up a phone call from someone you're over with, which will lead to nothing, it's just disrespect. And I can't figure out if that's valid or not. I feel disrespected every time she picks up the call. And if she doesn't mention it, she said, oh, she won't mention it anymore. I'm like, yeah, but when you're in a shit mood, I'll know what's happened. And she's like, oh, and oh, you're fair. I'm like, yeah, I know, because every time he rings you, you feel like shit. So why don't you protect your own mental health? Clearly, you've still got feelings for him. Yeah, I've made my decision right now. I'm just gonna end it. Like I'll have a conversation with her, and it'll be along the lines of, if you carry on picking up calls, if you carry on picking up calls from this guy, I'm I'm just gonna. If you don't see, no, sorry, if you see yourself answering his calls, non-caller ID, when you know it's him, then I have no choice but to look for someone else. Because I don't think you're ready to talk to someone if you're still making openings for him to talk to you. It's as simple as it can literally. She's scared it'll be blown out of proportion because their family know him, like their family, their family. The girl I'm talking to's family knows the dude's family, right? And it can be as simply as solved by your son's just taking the piss and just keeps calling her. Tell him to relax, or just tell him to relax. And what else can they say, you know? And she said she's scared it'll blow out of proportion. She just doesn't want it to end. You know, you just at that point you just don't want it to end. And it hurts, man. It really hurts because am I nothing? I feel completely invalidated, man. It's just shit feeling. It just sucks. I wish there was a easy way of communicating with people like these lot, but I don't think there is. I think this is just how they are. So I think I'm just gonna, you know, firm it, you know, just give her a decision just to say, listen, if you don't stop talking to this guy, whether it's even if it's one call every 6 months, that's still too much for me. There should be no reason why you pick up the phone. Anyway, little rant over. I, I just wanted to get this video out there I need help mentally, you know. I've looked at various outlets and it's just difficult to speak to someone professionally. I don't want to pay for a therapist. I don't want to talk to a shitty AI chatbot, which is what the NHS suggested, which is, I don't know, that's so bizarre. That is not solving anything. But I just want to know how to rewire my brain because I'm just too anxious, too attached, too involved. But why wouldn't I? When there's other guys involved, I feel like I'm competing. I feel like I'm second place to this guy. And I mentioned it yesterday, and she didn't even say anything about it, which is like, what's the point? But I'm just, I'm confident I want to end things with her. But that's it, to be honest. And if anyone even cared to listen to this, I do appreciate it, whether it's one or two views. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And thank you, really, I suppose. If anyone's even here, thank you for listening if you made it this far. But yeah, thank you guys.